Hi Scrubs, I hope you're well. So we're back in Horse Riding Tales now. There is currently a quest at the moment that needs a specific skill, and it's actually this one that Raven has. So I want to get Raven to level 20 now. It would take me a while to get Raven to level 20, which is why I'm going to use the fast training, just because it only costs 1 gem at the minute, because I've already kind of used the gems that I want at the moment for the leveling up my horse's stats. I figured that right now I really keep finding that every time I go in to do the pet quest, it's like the plains, and I'm like, I don't have any pets with that adoption yet. So Raven has that one, and only needing to go up to level 20, I thought this would be a way that I could get Raven quickly to that, and because it's one of those quests that gives a bunch of apples, and I really like those pet quests that give a huge amount of apples, so that was kind of why I was like, right, we're gonna just go ahead and train Raven up a bunch of times with the gems, because I don't have enough gold right now, having done a lot of competitions recently, and I haven't had a chance, obviously, to sort of rebuild my resources for making orbs to catch horses. Right now I'm basically gathering resources to do the quest, and obviously that quest has been, you know, it's a big thing to do, because it's like, I think I worked out it's like 90,000-ish resources approximately to get all the attack items, excluding one of the things that we don't need for the quest. So I think it's going to take us a little while to do that. So I figured if we can get apples this other way for now, while we're not doing that. I didn't mean to click out of that. Let's go back to Raven again. Right, we've nearly got Raven. Raven needs 1 more level, so we'll hire the trainer 1 more time. We're just gonna go ahead and skip that again. Okay, so Raven is now level 20, which means Raven should have the plains adoption, which is the one that I need. So if we have a look at Raven here, so now Raven has the ability to track smells and negates those 2 particular ones. So this is the one I want to do. 750 apples. It does take a long time for this to come back, but it's such a good quest if we actually manage to get the reward. So we'll send them out to go and get those apples, hopefully. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do with that, because I was just like, there's so many apples here, I think it's worth training Raven up, so that'll be good. Okay, now to go and see if we actually managed to get this. Let's see if our pets managed to do this quest. Come on, 750 apples. No. Okay, we didn't get it that time. Hopefully it comes up again soon, we can try again. Well, I got another pet quest that let me get 750 apples, which was great, and I was able to use Raven's ability for that, which was perfect. Now I'm going to work on this stuff. Obviously crafting the fantasy orb, the saddle and everything. I have enough to make the orb right now. As you can see, I've been working on this, but there is a lot of resources to go. This is going to take us a serious amount of time to work through. Okay, I have enough to make another item now. I don't have enough to make the saddle or the leg wraps, but I have enough to make the bridle, so we're going to go ahead and make the bridle. So that's 2 down, we still 2 to go. I've been working on this for a couple of hours now. So now we have the really big ones to work on, like the saddle and the leg wraps. So it's going to take us a little bit longer to get those done, but hopefully not too much longer. Right, I should have enough cotton for this next item. There we go. Okay, we have enough for the saddle. We're gonna get the saddle now, because that one takes the most resources. The last thing we have now is the leg wraps to get. Obviously we're not making the fantasy deep blue mask, because the quest isn't asking us to do that right now, and I feel like there's no point in us wasting resources and then find out we have to make it anyway, like last time. So 1 thing left. Here we go. Okay, I think we finally should have enough. I think collectively I've spent about 8 hours farming. Obviously I've been watching stuff, watching YouTube, watching TV and stuff while I've been doing that. I didn't do it all in one go, because that's a lot, but we finally have enough for the leg wraps. So it's taken quite some time to do this. I'm kind of exhausted of farming, but there we go. That should give us this once we craft those. I can't believe Dermot led you in the arena. This isn't fair. Will you take everything from me? Huh? Jennifer leaves. What's going on? How does she know about the Skyriders? How does she know who Dermot is? Dermot? She's the guard at the entrance to the Sky Arena. She knows who I am. I have to bring her some stuff to prove I am who she thinks I am before she tells me, but she knows. She won't tell you who you are until you give her something? Don't like the sound of that, Violet Rain. I don't trust her. Don't worry, Nathan. It's fine. Right now, I have to go to the championship preliminary event. As soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to craft everything I need and go back. Wish me luck. Don't tell me, like, I will have to craft the pink stuff this soon. I hope it's just the mask that we'll have to do, the Fantasy Deep Blue mask. That wouldn't be so bad. And we've leveled up. Awesome. I'm hoping it's just the mask. I'll cry if it's the pink fantasy stuff already. Okay, so achieve 1 star in all tiers of the horse show preliminaries. So we've got 5 competitions to work through that. Those seems to be jumping ones, but we'll go and double check. Because sometimes you have to do different parts, so I feel like, okay, so 4,000 for that, so it's kind of expensive. I'll probably have to mine anyway to get resources to craft orbs, to catch horses, to sell the horses for gold, so I'll have to work through that anyway. And that gives a reward of one of those saddles. So that is something that we're going to have to do. Now, obviously, there was a couple of things you guys mentioned on my last video, which I will sort of talk about in a minute, like new clothes, new horses, and so forth, but I'm going to first go ahead and put the new tack onto Clematis. So we've put the bridle on, and we just need to put the saddle and the leg wraps on. Okay. Now, obviously, right now, we haven't made the mask for this set, and the reason we haven't made it is because I don't want to find out that it's a quest and have to go and mine those resources right now. So right now, this is what we made. This is the time that we spent, the resources we gathered over about 8 hours roughly. Not all at once, as I said, and made those, but we will leave that mask on her from the previous time because that mask's still the one with the best bonuses for right now. So that's kind of what we'll do for the moment. Now we're going to use all the apples that we got from the pack quest. And obviously the first pack quest that I sent them away for 750 apples, they failed. And then thankfully, I think a day or two later, I got another one, and that time they passed. And thankfully, Raven's adoption was perfect for that, so I feel like it was gems well spent on that. Obviously, I don't do it with the higher level pets because it costs more gems to level them up. Because Raven was very low level and was one of my newer pets, I was like, I think we'll do that. Okay, so we've used those apples. And you're now level 154, which is perfect. So hopefully this will be enough stamina whenever we go to do those show jumping competitions. I'm not going to worry about them right now, but because I need to get a lot of golds before I can go in and enter those. I would say probably about 20,000 gold I'm going to need. Because if every competition costs about 4,000, there's about 5 of them, so it'll be around 20,000. I'm going to send my pets away here to do this quest, so we need Predator, Peers, and Heatwave adoptions. Okay. I think you guys, will I use Raven or will I use Galaxy? I think we'll just go with Raven for now. I like to sort of switch between them for that, and that'll take about 5 hours. None of the pets that I really want to get have shown up at the minute in the pet thing for buying, so I haven't done that. But there is another horse here. There's another epic. This is the Charmed Arabian that you guys were mentioning on my last video. I had seen it on Instagram, but I didn't realize it was already in the game. So this is a Charmed Arabian, and then we also have the Fantasy Charmed Pegasus. So this is the fantasy version of it. I think I quite like this, but I don't like the mane, the way it's sitting in the game. I think it looked actually, the mane looked nicer on Instagram, but I think the mane needs a little bit of modification there. Now the other thing you guys mentioned was the outfits. Now, the one thing that's sort of happening, and I wanted to sort of show you guys, is it looks really pixelated. Like it's not rendering properly. And I'm not sure why this is. Maybe it's fine once you buy it. I haven't bought it because it looked really odd, but as you can see, my hair on the left is like fine, and this other hair that's already in the game was fine. But when you see the blue hair when it shows up, so there's the blue hair and here's the green hair, those don't, the texture doesn't look right on those. So these are the two new hairs, and they just haven't got the right texture right now in the game. I don't know whether it's just a little bit of a bug at the moment, but they were looking a little bit odd. I will take Clematis out here. But those are the new outfits and the new hairs. They obviously at the moment they just don't look like the texture's rendering properly on them compared to the hair that I already have, or that grey hair that I compared them to, the light blue and that green hair, which I do quite like both of those hairs, but the texture's not rendering properly on either of them right now. And the outfits seem to be kind of doing the same thing. Not sure why that is. but hopefully that'll get sorted soon. Maybe they'll be updated, like kind of like they've updated a lot of the fantasy pets. A lot of the fantasy pets look way cooler than originally. Like some of them I already really liked, but like the pig is so awesome right now. I'm waiting for that pig. I'm still waiting to get the mythical deer. But anyways, scrubs, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you had a lovely day, and bye.